Hi everyone, welcome to the show. It's Backwards Star Galactica, but you already knew that. The show where we watch a show, and then we do it backwards, though.
God, why do you always say a show where we watch a show? Can you say what the show is?
Is the show not a show where we watch a show?
Yeah, but say what the show we're watching is.
Okay, but they should know from the title of our show.
But our title doesn't really say it. They might think that this show is about something else.
Okay, let me try again.
Yeah.
Welcome to Backwards Star Galactica, the title of our show, where we watch Battlestar Galactica, the title of their show, but we watch it in the reverse order, and then we talk about it. How is that?
You sounded upset. You sounded sort of sad.
Yeah, well, that's because I just don't like to be so on the nose, but you are forcing me to just...
I'm sorry, it wasn't subtle enough for you.
Talk down to our fucking listeners, you know?
Look, the listeners are trash just like us. Welcome to the show.
Oof, okay, good start. Good start.
We appreciate your reviews, your likes, your comments, your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, money. You can send us money.
Prayers.
Email us some money.
Yeah. So we've just
prayers.
jumped to the end of the show now, is what we've done here.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Tune in next week for Mike's phone number.
Ooh, I like that.
This episode's called Faith.
Faith. This is season 4, episode 6. Faith.
We're getting there, baby. We're getting right to the front of the season.
Yep.
The front?
Yep. They call it the front. You're right. Keep pushing.
Yeah.
That was correct.
It's a TV term. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah. Who's you?
See,
Because I just agreed with you. You're talking about just people?
I'm talking about them.
Okay.
I'm talking about them.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Here's how television works. Mm-hmm. You got a front end, you got a back end.
Well, and you got the port and the starboard. Don't forget about the starboard.
Yeah. Well, and in this situation, we call it Starbuck. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Good.
The opening of this episode is fucking bonkers.
The whole episode is a goddamn bloodbath. It was a good one.
I really made up for the dud of last week, and hopefully so will we.
And a couple of new characters, right?
Yeah, we got a couple new characters. We got 2 women with short hair. One of them gets smacked to death.
Oof, she gets murked. God damn, she gets murked.
A real, like a smack. She gets...
Yeah, and it was right after she was sassing and frassing. She was like, I killed you once. You want me to do it again? And then
if there is ever an example of a hater getting stepped to,
oof,
that was it.
Oof.
So just reminder for all you haters out there, what could happen when you try to front.
God damn. So we can paint an actual picture. Basically, this is a member of the crew who, her name is Barley?
It's none of those.
What is it? It's Barley, I think.
I wasn't listening, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure it's Barley. Anyways, she is part of the crew, and honestly, she's kind of cool at the beginning of the episode. She's like, I volunteered back on Galactica. Like, she's kind of going on a suicide mission, but then she acts like a real prick, because she had killed this version of Six before, and Six was like, you killed me, and she was like, what about it? You want me to do it again? And then Six beats the life out of her. Go ahead and kills her in a couple 1-2 slaps.
But you're probably picturing that she gets down and is like repeatedly punching her. Mm-mm. No. Pretty much gives her one smack, and then that hater has been stepped to.
And she has like a cartoonish death where she stands up and goes, I'm okay, and then dies.
Wouldn't you want people to think you're not okay? You just got attacked.
Right.
That was strange. And there was also another character with short hair in the opening scene who really just hates Cylons. She hates Cylons. She's like, Starbucks is Cylon, and then she accused someone else of being a Cylon, and she's a racist.
She's off the rails, and also incorrect. Like, we know that I still don't super understand what Starbuck is, but it's not a Cylon.
Starbuck is like gotta be like an angel, like, because she disappears at the end of the show. She fades from existence.
I don't know. Well, I think the last episode of this particular quest we're on should be us rewatching the last episode and seeing if it makes any lick of sense.
That's not a bad idea, and I'll be really disappointed in us if it doesn't.
If it doesn't make sense. If we watch 70 episodes and it can't make the last...
And we're just even more... We're like, I thought I had it, but I guess not.
Yeah.
We got another new character. A character I like to call Woman with the Teeth.
Oh, I was calling her Zombie Teeth.
Yeah, wow. bad teeth on her. I don't know a lot about cancer,
right.
but I'm pretty sure she didn't have cancer of the teeth. Those teeth were no good.
Yeah, she said it affected her liver, and if by liver she meant my teeth liver, then she's correct, because it got
her teeth
got it
were
good and bad.
And like, just to be clear, we're not making fun of this actress. This was like a character makeup thing. Her teeth were rotten and yellow and fallen out.
We actually see her normal. Like, should we see her like in the afterlife or something, crossing the river, which we'll get to.
That was wild.
The fucking river Styx. But so she has normal teeth, but IRL, boy, they are rotten. They are a luck.
She was coincidentally a shit list. She's sitting there in her hospital bed talking shit, listening to like weird, spooky recordings of Gaius, like you remember in Dexter when people listen to like those Jordan Chase like motivational tapes?
Yeah.
That was like what these Gaius tapes were.
But were they? That didn't look like a tape recorder. That looked like a radio. Because my question is the Gaius channel 24 hours a day?
Is he just sitting around like the fucking kid from Wet Hot American Summer, just recording the radio?
I think so. I think that he never leaves.
Wait, I thought that was like I thought it was just a tape recorder, but that's funny. If Gaius is just at all times hanging out in that basement, just hitting the stanky dank, just laying out some knowledge.
Yes,
just
for like
pontificating
9 hours straight, just like on his own
every day.
Never has a
repeating
guest.
Himself.
Never brings on like a guest spurt or does an interview. Doesn't have segments. Just is spewing Gaius horseshit for 9.5 hours.
That's what hell is. Just having to listen to the Gaius channel.
Yes, absolutely.
Oof. So she was shit list. As far as leaderboard goes, I guess I'm gonna go with Athena.
Okay, for kind of just like
just for like process of elimination.
See, I have such a
because Tub Lord's a little butthole in this episode, and there's also like about 85 Athenas in this episode. This was a lot of whackness going on.
Yeah, it was pretty buck wild. So shitless for me, as usual, President, partially because she goes over to Zombie Teeth, and like Zombie Teeth is clearly like, you can tell that the point of this interaction is that she's gonna die at the end. Like, this is a mortality episode for the President. The President spends the whole episode in the hospital, and she kind of hobbles over to this woman who's clearly way further along in her cancer, and she thinks that what would be a good conversation to have with this dying woman is to dismiss her faith and religious views. Like, this woman is days away from death, and she's like, but you know those are Cylon gods. Those aren't real gods.
Right.
And it's like, look, man, if that's your steez, then fine. You don't. What kind of person is
you
like,
can have that
you're
for
dying?
A couple more hours.
Yeah. You could just put, like, we're all adults. We can just put up with some bullshit every once. Like, I don't want to listen to Gaius either. But if someone was dying and was like, I'd love to listen to Gaius, I wouldn't be like, oh, you don't know that's all bullshit, huh? You don't know about that dumb shit?
I think I would. If it was Gaius, I wouldn't even let someone on their deathbed listen to that. I'd be like, no. And then you know what I would do? Put some earbuds in their ears, fire up Backward Star Galactica.
Sure.
And be like,
nice.
This is your god now. And then I'd kill them.
Okay. So you don't even give them a chance to like and subscribe, huh?
No. Actually, I forgot a shit list. Of course, our very favorite, Doctor Connor.
Yep, doctor in the house.
He shows up. The woman is in the middle of talking. She starts lurching, just coughing her lungs out. A doc walks in, kind of shakes his head, orders some more morphine, which the characters call Morpha.
Ugh.
And then goes, well, there's nothing we could do just besides make her comfortable and wait it out. Wait it out?
Yeah.
He didn't even try. He just looked at her for 4 seconds and goes, well, I guess she's going to die. This guy is not a doctor. He's not a doctor.
No, he's a bad one. He's no good. I have a leaderboard, such a clear leaderboard. I'm surprised you didn't pick on, which
go on.
Is Tub Lord. Tub Lord is out of his goddamn mind in this episode.
No, I didn't like Tub Lord in this episode.
So in the first 30 seconds, he busts a literal cap in fucking Gata, and like
Yeah,
that was
the reason Gata didn't have a leg, all because Tublord just getting a little trigger happy.
yeah, he just shoots him right in the kneecap, and it's pretty gory for Battlestar. Like you
Shoots
see a
him,
little chunk of bone
from the back, like shoots him from like that little leg armpit that we all got.
Ooh, yeah, the leg pit. I don't know why
Yeah.
you would say leg armpit, bro. The don't you know that legs are our lower our lower body's arms?
Yeah,
Don't
but
you
it's
know?
not called a leg pit, is it?
Well, it wouldn't be called a leg armpit. Where are you getting arm from?
Well, I said armpit of like the leg armpit. What did I say?
Oh my god, you said leg armpit. Also,
Well,
can
I think they all
you
understood
imagine? Wait a minute.
This episode's brought to you by Leg Armpit.
Can you imagine if that part of our body grew hair like an armpit? How goddamn gross it would be.
Yuck. And you know what? Now that I'm saying it, I'm realizing it's not even armpit. That's not what I'm talking about.
No, you're talking
talking
about
about-
elbows, you dingus.
Yeah, what's the other side of an elbow? What are those parts called? How come we don't have words for those parts?
Well, let's make them up right now. What do you got?
Okay. So if the other side of your elbow is a weenus, then the other one's a reverse weenus. It's a renus. So we got a roween. Oh, it's called a roweenus.
Okay.
And then on the inside of your knee, you got a reverse knee. You got a knee.
Okay, so the K becomes unsilent.
Yeah, you gotta pronounce the K.
God.
Oh boy. So that's done. Put that one away. You can go ahead and mail that to science.com and they'll put it up. I think that's how that works.
No, I'm gonna wait. Give me a crack at it. Come on.
Okay, why don't you take a crack at it?
The elbow, the inside of the elbow, call them stickums, because that's where you you stick your needles, whether they be drawing blood or doing drugs. And
Stickums.
yeah, stickums. And then I'm gonna call the knee version Heidi skin, because it kind of hides. You don't really think about that skin. It kind of hides away from you.
Heidi. So I thought when you said Heidi skin, you meant like the female name Heidi.
Well, you can
And
think
I kind
of it that
like
way too.
You know how some animals are named like, Clarence's Robin or whatever?
No.
There's some animals and like horses that have just like a person's first name. I think it should be Heidi's skin.
Okay, good. And then but it's spelled like that, and then they're like, why? And you're like, because it hides.
Because it's not skin.
Damn, we are doing the Lord's work over here. Can somebody fucking pay us for all these scientific discoveries?
I think we're scientists now, right? Is that how that works? You just name something and then you become a scientist?
I guarantee you there's a real name for these things. There's no fucking way that we don't know. Are you Googling it?
Here's what I will say. There's a character that was neither my shit list nor my leaderboard, and I think we need to sort of invent a third category specifically for something that is like a character does something that is so mind-blowing and shocking and out of this world that I don't know what to do. Like, what should we call that category?
I mean, but then we're putting every character into a box. I don't know we need to do that. Give me an example of a person that goes in this third box.
So, yeah, the box just being something that's so fucking outrageous that I don't know what to do with them. The hybrid, the part where the hybrid screams,
okay, I love
is
that.
unlike anything I have ever seen in my entire life. Now, this is a woman, but it's not like a woman screaming. I didn't even. It was like for like 2 minutes. Yeah, it was out of this world.
Yeah. I don't.
That what character? What box does that go in?
I mean, we could have a lunatic box, but like I don't know if we need another
lunatic box,
because that's where like half of Edward James Olmos's freakouts go into. Like, oh, Looney Bird of the Week goes to fucking the hybrid.
I like Looney Bird of the Week.
Oh good, another label.
Yeah.
During this opening fucking characters.
We got leaderboard shit list and Looney Bird of the Week. But like, it doesn't always have to be a Looney Bird of the Week. Just if there is one.
Okay. Sure.
So this week's Looney Bird of the Week goes to the hybrid for the impressive scream that really just didn't make any sense to me.
We also didn't cover Tublord's full list of horseshit where he not only does he bust a cap, but then he like the 6 that kills Barrelay He like mounts her and puts a gun right to the back of his head. Like half of this episode,
furious about this.
Half of this episode is Tub Lord with a gun trained on somebody else, and the rest of the room being like, "What are you doing? Stop!"
Yeah, Tub Lord was a little wild in this episode.
Yeah, still doesn't get Looney Bird of the Week because that goes to the screaming hybrid.
Yeah, you'd think you would get Looney Bird of the Week. It's also, I guess, it's revealed that Tub Lord like is not over. Because I kind of assumed that our core characters were kind of over the fact that Cylons, ruined the world.
Right.
It seems like a lot of the peripheral characters, the ones like, don't forget what they did back on New Caprica.
Right.
But then Tub Lord is like, after this Six smacks that girl to death, Tub Lord's like, look what you did just now, and look what you did back then. And he's like, a lot of stuff coming up for him.
Yeah. He loses
you hear that?
A little bit. Oh.
You hear what's going on?
I do. It's music to my ears.
Music to everyone's ears. Welcome to it. It's sponsor time. This week's episode is brought to you by songs that have a key change in them.
Okay. Good.
Let me tell you, friend, nothing, almost nothing, gets me rock hard like a key change.
Yeah.
Some examples.
Hit me.
My heart will go on. Notable key change.
Yes.
Outstanding key change.
Yes.
Whitney Houston.
You just gonna name a person and not a song?
Yeah. You know the one.
I mean, she does do it a lot, but
Whitney Houston is a human key change.
Yep. I got two of my all-time favies.
Hit me.
Love on Top by Beyonce, an excellent key change. And then Will You Be There, the Free Willy, the Michael Jackson song from Free Willy.
Yeah, absolutely. A big one.
Which is basically church. If you listen to that song, congratulations, you just went to church.
Here's the other thing about key changes. They better be in a upward fashion.
Oh, well, sure.
Because sometimes some you fucking freaks out there like to go down with the key change. For example, the chorus of Your Kiss Is On My List.
Oh, yeah.
What is that shit?
Yeah. I mean, I like that song, but it's stupid. It's like, we get it. You're trying to do something.
It's one of Hall & Oates' worst songs.
Oh, I like it.
I'm a big Hall & Oates fan. We all know this. Don't give me a downward key change in every single chorus. And what are you doing calling that song Your Kiss Is On My List? That's a bad title, Hall & Oates.
I change it to Lips every time.
Of course you do, because that makes more sense. I mean, like, it's a stupid thing to say, but somehow it's less stupid than Your Kiss Is On My List of the best things in life. What else do you reckon's on their list of the best things in life?
Oh,
The salsa is on the taco?
Yeah, Rich Girls.
Yeah, Rich Girls, about a boy, turns out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cylons.
You think is on their list of favorite
the best things in life?
This podcast, probably. But it doesn't... The beauty of them is that they sneak up on you sometimes. And you just, like... Sometimes you don't even
know it's coming.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I'm not like a music man like yourself. I'll give you 1 ounce of credit here. Is you're a little music boy. You like to dance around with your little music toys because you're a music boy.
I do. I do dance with my music toys because I am in fact a music boy.
Right. And I don't have quite the refined ear, but sometimes a key change, you just feel it in your bones. Like it just awakens something. Like
when dogs know there's an earthquake coming.
Right, exactly. And
sometimes you're just like, oh my god, a key change is coming. Mm-hmm. It's about to be here, and then it is, and you're just like, oh my god,
you come everywhere.
You transcend this world.
Yeah, and you're soaking wet.
Soaking wet. I don't like the way I said that. I don't like the way I said that. So yeah, thanks. Great. Thanks, key changes. You fucking rock, and don't downward key change.
Yeah, don't do it. But upwards and onwards. I have a new segment.
Oh, a new segment.
Yeah.
Go on then.
So I call this one Teachable Moments with Mr. McGrath. Okay? You ready?
Not really.
So, teachable moments is a actual phrase that people in education use when something stupid happens, and they're like, well, that's a teachable moment. You could use that to teach a lesson to the students. I'm a teacher, by the way, if we haven't mentioned it before, which I think we have. here's what I would like to do for this segment, Teachable Moments. I'm going to give you, Wilder, an imbecile and a not teacher scenario that happens in my classroom, and I want you to pretend you were the teacher and tell me what you would do.
Sure.
Okay. And are not necessarily current ones. I'm just kind of pulling.
Quick question.
Yep.
Am I a ninja in this situation?
You are not, and I was actually going to say, like, your response cannot be, like, I would kill them. Like, that's off the table.
Do I have just, like, what is normally on my person in this situation?
Yeah, so, like, your shoes and your nunchucks or whatever the fuck else you carry around, your dorky little glasses, your glasses,
and, like,
boy.
do I have powers?
I mean, some people would say that teaching is a superpower, my brother.
Those people would be dumb. I meant, like, a good power. Do I have any good powers?
No, it's just same boring shit Dick Wilder, that's it.
Okay.
So here's the scenario.
Are dinosaurs still alive in this situation?
In my classroom. I'm not going to answer any more questions. You understand the scenario. Stop it. I was in the middle of speaking. I was teaching a lesson, and I heard a popping noise, like the exact noise that happens when somebody opens a Snapple. So I assumed
Can you do it?
Yeah. That was not bad. Come on.
That was pretty good. I'm blown away by that.
And
that was incredible.
Yeah, I didn't practice that either. I'm pretty fucking impressed with myself. So I hear that noise, and I assume someone has opened a Snapple, or maybe some freakazoid is drinking a nasty kombucha in the back. And then I see that it's actually a girl in the very front row, and what she has opened is not a beverage, but it is, you guessed it, some baby food. And she starts to eat the baby food. She is not a baby. She is in 11th grade. She is 17 years old.
No.
So, Wilder, in this teachable moment, what do you do? Go.
Okay, well, hold on.
And you can't kill her, and you can't slap her or anything like that. Sure.
Can you eat in your classroom? Like, is that a rule? Like, are you allowed to eat in your classroom? Like, let's say it was like a jar of like canned peaches, right? Or something normal. Like
okay. Normal, like a jar of canned peaches. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, could she eat a Jell-O cup?
I typically am okay with eating my class as long as it's not obscene. No. Like, if someone brings in like a big stinky tuna melt, I'm like, yo, come on, what are you doing? Go eat outside with the rest of the fucking dogs.
Side anecdote. One time I saw a motion picture in the theaters, and a guy sat next to me, and he brought 2 bags of McDonald's for just him.
Okay. Yeah.
He's dead. He's dead now.
Yeah.
Now back to your so you don't mind.
No, typically it would be out of character and certainly unfair if I said you can't eat that, because as far as I'm concerned, like, you could. I think a Jell-O cup is like comparable, and I would definitely allow someone to eat a Jell-O cup.
Now, is this a wild card? Would you be like, if I was like, Jesse, someone tomorrow is gonna eat baby food in your class, would you be like, oh, it's gonna be her?
No, I would say she was like pretty, like, definitely like kind of weird, but not like, it didn't feel like a move. Like, you know what I'm gonna do tomorrow in fucking McGrath's class?
Well, little fucking freaks like that are
right. They exist. She was not one of them. She acted like it was a fucking fruit roll up. I'm telling you, it was like, I hadn't have said anything, which I obviously did, but if I hadn't have said anything, she would have just went on her merry fucking way eating this literal Gerber's.
So I guess the move is, you say, hey girl, why are you eating baby food? Mm-hmm. And did you do that?
I did in fact do that. I want your
And what was her answer?
Okay. Her answer was, which is not a bad one, good enough for babies, good enough for me.
Oh, that's not a bad one. Then you know what you should have done? You should have pooped in her pants.
Okay.
And been like, good enough babies, good enough for you, huh? And get out. And then you take out your broadsword, you take out your stars, you use your powers, you sick a dinosaur on them. Hate her in step 2.
This was my fear with this segment, is that you would result almost indefinitely in murdering the student.
Honestly, I guess I would allow it. Like, does it smell bad? If it smelled bad,
no,
I'd be like, toss her.
It just became
It's odorless? You telling me baby food is odorless?
Well, it's not odorless.
What flavor baby food was it? I guess not flavor. What was the baby's food?
It was it was.
I'm just picturing something of a disgusting color.
Okay, so it was, and this is the other thing, is it was sort of an, I guess, normal flavor. It was banana.
Ugh.
So it wasn't like, peas, which would be a nightmare. But in my response, my initial response was, after I asked, "Are you eating baby food?" Why don't you just eat a banana?
Of course.
And she said, "Because this is better. This tastes better."
And then did you say, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, of course. But it's baby food. It's like it's additives. There's some added. It's like it's not processed, but it is something.
I mean, I don't love bananas, but I find it hard to believe that baby food bananas taste better than a real life banana.
And do you know what was really tough about it is she brought her own spoon and it was metal, so you could hear the clinking of the metal in the glass. Oh God!
Well, that won't do. I would have said, go get yourself a plastic fork, or you can go get yourself out of here.
Yeah,
and then I assume you keep trapdoors under all of the students' desks.
Well, it's more of like an ejector seat where I just launch her straight through the roof.
Yeah, right up to the Demetrius, which takes us right back.
Okay, nice move.
To B-Star. You set it up, I knock it down. The opening is bonkers. Hilo is trying to arrest Starbuck because he thinks she's a Cylon. Clearly the previous episode ends with some sort of conversational cliffhanger.
Right.
Because this episode starts off in the middle of a conversation where Hilo is trying to arrest Starbuck for being a Cylon. I don't know why.
Right, because at this point she hasn't found her scorched body.
Yeah, so maybe she's just like sympathizing or some shit.
I don't know.
And then so they're trying to go to the Demetrius to reclaim it.
Yeah.
What's the plan in this episode?
Because they have like they're pretty insistent that they have like the directions to Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so Starbuck's trying to go get it.
Yeah.
And Hilo's not having it.
Right. Correct.
I
also like in this episode there are two different moments that are pretty funny to me because we've seen the rest of the episodes. One is the nurse. Is it when
Felix asked them not to let him take his leg off?
Yes. Yeah. One of them is Felix is like, whatever you do, don't let them take my leg. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be fine. And he's like, no.
But also, Hilo doesn't really say that he, like, if you notice, he kind of skirts. It's kind of like he knows he's losing his leg. He's like, I'll be here with you.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, but just don't let him take my leg. And he's like, I won't leave your side.
Yeah.
Like, he's not really answering the question.
Yep. And we know for sure that he gets his leg taken. And then,
in the next episode.
Yeah. And, with lots of singing. And there's a part at the beginning where the nurse says to the president, just 2 more treatments and you'll be over the hump. And we know for sure that is not the case.
Well, she sure don't get over that hump.
Nope. That hump is just there to stay.
Lots of different Cylons die in like different versions of... But also, there's like 1 billion Athenas in this. Where the fuck do all them go?
Right. I also like, there's 2... Capricas, and they have a little smooch, don't they?
They sure do.
A weird
right
fucking
after
smooch.
Tublord is like, so Tublord's trying to kill this Caprica for smacking that girl to death.
Yes, he has her at gunpoint.
And then our Caprica, who later gets killed by Athena.
Yep.
We're just watching Capricas drop like flies.
Yep.
This Caprica kind of leans down. Starbuck's like, don't kill her. And then Athena's like, kill her. And then blonde Caprica, hottest Caprica leans down to blonde Caprica. Blonde Caprica being the smacker of worlds.
Yep.
And says something about something. And then gives her a little smoocheroonie.
On the lips. It's not
on
like
the lips.
It's not like a friendly sister smooch. It's like, we've probably boned. Smooch.
I mean, like, look, if you're a hot-ass robot and there's 100 of you, you're probably boning each other, right?
Bro, you're gonna... Come on, man. You're gonna bone your twin? They look exactly alike.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't want to get into that. I'm not gonna touch that one.
So she gives her a little smoochie, and then she, like, grabs Tublord's hand and shoots the gun out of it.
And Tublord is shook. He looks up right away like, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think he was gonna do it.
No.
I think because we all know Tublord's a sweetie deep down.
Well, is he? Because he did bust a cap very, very, almost immediately
Felix
previously.
Fuck Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you forget about that? Did you forget about fuck Felix?
Yeah, I guess that's true. That is true.
after they have their little smoocheroo, a lot of this episode, mostly this episode is the president and this Zombo Teeth talking, which was a stupid conversation that I don't care to relive. And then Starbuck talking to the hybrid who speaks in riddles and ends up in a long roundabout way telling him that Deanna, who has recently been unboxed, still don't know what that means,
Yep. will
be able to identify the final Cylon, which she doesn't end up doing. There's so much setting up that never really happens in this season, huh?
But I'm telling you, I bet that if we watched other television shows in this manner, that it would feel the same way. Like where lots of things feel like they're happening and just don't ever actually, they're pretty fucking meaningless.
Now what is a hybrid? Is it what Hera's going to become?
I guess. I don't know. And why are they all in tubs? Like why are they all tub lords?
But like Tub Lord's not even really a hybrid, right? He's just a regular Joe who loves shooting pyramid, and he loves the math.
And he loves maths.
I don't math involved with a perfect spiral.
I don't know. I don't understand what a hybrid is, but they have lots of control. They like power ships.
Are ships alive? Because they mentioned like that. They're like said something about Kara getting access to the ship's nervous system.
I think that Cylon ships are alive because that's why. Remember when they're repairing Galactica, sort of like towards the end of this season, they're talking about like the living, like the biometric fiber.
Oh yeah, Cylon goop.
The Cylon goop, and I think that so I think that the ships are kind of made of this goop, and that's how the hybrid can like be
Goopy Loopy.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a character named Goopy Loopy in this show?
I do not think
Guppy
that,
Luppy?
no.
That's interesting.
So then we get this weird vision. We hear like why Zombo is obsessed with Gaius, which is that she had a dream where Gaius like made her feel good, and then dickhead president's like, but we all have dreams. Like it says some horse shit, and she's
can't
like,
let it go.
Yeah, can't.
Gaius sucks though. Can you blame her?
I can't wait till we
I don't even want a dying woman.
I can't
to like Gaius.
It sounds like he ran against her for president, so I'm so excited for that.
And like feels like maybe won at one point. That sounds very good to me.
Yeah, President Gaius is going to be a real tough arc to get through, but I'm excited.
Ooh, you think it's gonna be tough to get through?
Yes,
I'm in.
You're in for Prezzo Gaius. It just feels like we're gonna get. Think about how much president we get now.
If we get to President Gaius, we should compare on an episode by episode basis who would be a better president, Gaius or our president.
Our president being the dickhead.
Danny. Danny T.
Okay.
Dan.
Yeah.
Danston.
I mean, I think the answer is always going to be Gaius. I don't know that that's that interesting of a comparison because like Gaius is annoying, but is Gaius gonna be like? I think we should take away the rights of tons of people. I feel like he's not going to do that.
Yeah, probably.
I don't want to get political on our show here.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, we just got so political.
Ooh, am I a barista? Ooh. Because that roast was dark.
Damn.
Right? Yeah.
What is this, The Daily Show?
Who am I, Jeffrey Ross?
Yeah, who am I? Political comedian Jeffrey Ross? The Daily Show with Jeffrey Ross. Now that's a show I wouldn't watch.
No, I sure wouldn't. I would hate that. Anyways, God, speaking of comedians I hate, have you seen the trailer? I think this is important to bring up while we're here at the end of the show. Have you seen the trailer for the new Bradley Cooper movie with Lady Gaga?
No, and also, did you say speaking of comedians you hate?
Yeah, because...
Bradley Cooper, not him.
Because...
Go on.
Lady Gaga's father in that movie is played by Andrew Dice Clay. I'm sorry. Why is he still around? I am honestly... Are you a little surprised he's alive? I sort of thought he was definitely dead.
And he also, to me, does sound like an 1800s politician.
Andrew Dice Clay? Yeah, I agree.
I always forget that he's a comedian. Like, he had, like, some Showtime show, like, last year or so, and there were billboards, and I was like, oh, yeah, The Great Compromiser.
Yeah, he sounds like he was like a riverboat man that became governor because he ended up in the pockets of a bunch of politicians.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
You know.
Our nation's finest governor.
Born April 12th, 1777.
Yep. Yeah, he's
in Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
He was from Hanover County, Virginia.
Right.
That's where he moved, of course.
Yeah.
Known as the Great Compromiser, he brokered several important agreements during the nullification crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And that's... I don't think this bit can get any funnier, so
well,
I'm going to be done with it
He's
now.
a Confederate ghost. He's a Confederate ghost that walks among us.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah. So you're telling me that Lady Gaga's father is played by the ghost of Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah, and then Bradley Cooper's friend is Dave Chappelle. The movie looks so confusing. The plot is Bradley Cooper is like a famous country singer, and then Lady Gaga is like, I can sing, but everyone thinks I'm ugly. And he's like, I think you're beautiful. And then Andrew Dice Clay is like, hey, or whatever the fuck that dude says. I don't know what his punchlines are. He's just a dickhead.
He's the Fonz?
Yes.
That sounds real good.
So thanks for tuning in, everyone.
We're open 7 days a week.
Yep.
Monday to Friday.
Yep.
It's not 7 days a week.
Nope, sure isn't.
So
well, Monday to the next Friday, but like this Monday
and then
to
we're
next
open
Friday.
Monday to Friday and also Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
I don't know if I understand this bit that we're doing. So please like and subscribe. Thank you, Adam Faye, for the art. Thank you, T-Bone Jones, for the theme song. T-Bone Jones. And you could go ahead and just hang on till next episode if you want to figure out Mike's phone number.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye.